Hello everyone, my name is Bigfoot, and I'll be your host today here on Silver Kyle's video game channel. Unfortunately, Silver Kyle was, how do you say, eaten, and he won't be able to fulfill his duties, so I'll be his new replacement. As you all know, Halloween is approaching, and it is too damn hot in there. Let's continue it like this. You have no idea how warm it gets in that thing. It is just ridiculously hot. It's like a sauna in there. I was just in there for like a few minutes and I was starting to sweat. So I have no idea how Bigfoot does that. So anyway, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle here. And Halloween really is one of my favorite holidays. The only one that actually tops it is Christmas. And there's always a bunch of things that I like to do to prepare myself for these holidays so that I really get into the mood and the mode for it. And one of those things is playing video games and watching movies. So I'd like to share with you all the movies and the video games that I like to play and watch to get into that Halloween mood. So let's start it off with the first game that I started playing in October, and that would be Plants vs. Zombies. I had never actually played this game before the beginning of this October. And I had seen people play it before, and it looked really fun. I'd played maybe just a little bit, but never actually beat the game. And now I've put in over 20 hours. I love this game. I beat it, and I'm just replaying the survival mode. Very addictive game. If you've never played this, it is like the best tower defense game ever. And you can find it basically on every platform, so I really highly recommend this game. Next is on the Wii. House of the Dead Overkill. This is kind of like the arcade game that you would find where you would, just shoot the zombies. This was made for the Wii, so you're using the Wiimote. I've never actually played it because you can still see the seal is still on. So I'm going to pop this in this weekend, and I really want to see how it plays compared to the actual arcade games. And lastly, for video games is Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Now, on Halloween Day, I'm definitely going to be popping either one of these games in or both because I just feel as if Left 4 Dead is just, I don't think I've ever talked about it on my channel, but it is one of my favorite games. Like the first one is so good. A lot of people say that the second one's better, but I prefer the first one because of the maps and the characters. Bill is one of the most epic characters of all time. And I'm just so used to that, the maps really. I play a lot of online and survival, so the maps I like a lot more in Left 4 Dead 1. So I'll definitely be popping one of those in and playing probably the multiplayer and survival as well. Now we'll talk about the movies. The movies are really the main thing. In October, I just want to play a few horror games to kind of get into that mode, but the movies is really what sets the tone for me for Halloween. So the first one I'd like to talk about is Sleepy Hollow. And this is your normal, Tim Burton movie. This is like every movie of his really has his own feel to it. And basically any movie from Tim Burton, you could probably watch at Halloween and it would feel right. And this has Johnny Depp because most movies with Tim Burton, directed by Tim Burton, have Johnny Depp in it. And the only thing that I really remember this before watching it again was the amount of blood in it that would go on Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp plays his character perfectly. This is a take on the story Sleepy Hollow, which is really a Halloween classic, and it's different because Burton has his own version, and he does change the story up a bit, but very, very good if you've never seen it before. Next is a movie that I have to watch every year at Halloween, and that is Nightmare Before Christmas. I love this movie. This is also another Tim Burton produced movie. He didn't direct it or write it, but he produced it. And I don't really care for musicals, but this is something completely different. I love this, and I always have to watch it every year just before Halloween so that I'm in the mood for Halloween and also Christmas a little bit. It's more of a Halloween movie, but there's Christmas tones obviously because, well, Jack Skellington steals Christmas. Amazing movie though, really awesome stuff. Next is I started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and this is season 1. Buffy was a show that I started watching as soon as it showed up back in like 1996 or 97. Yeah, 97. I loved it to bits back then, and I haven't seen it since then, so I thought it would be a good time to, watch a few episodes here and there in October. It's only 12 episodes for the first season, so I'm almost at season 2. And I'll be starting that pretty soon, maybe by the end of October. There's like 5 days left, but whatever. Next is the Friday the 13th collection, and this is 1 to 8. I won't be watching all of them. I'll be watching the first two because those are the ones that I really, really like. Well, 1 to 4 are really good. And then basically after that, they got progressively worse. They're just, if you haven't seen any of the Friday the 13th movies, watch the first 4. Those are probably the best ones. Freddy vs. Jason was alright as well. Next is another slasher movie that really has a Halloween feel to it, and that would be Halloween. I don't own the second one, which is too bad because they really follow each other. It's like a direct sequel because it happens in the same night. But the first one will have to suffice. And if you haven't seen this, this is like the movie that started, you know, all the slasher horror movies. This is the original that started it all. You could make an argument for Psycho as well from Alfred Hitchcock, but this is really the one that started like the monsters type of thing, or serial killers and, you know, slashing up people up. Next is the Scream Trilogy. So the first 3 Screams. I'm going to actually have just a Scream marathon probably on the 30th, the night just before Halloween, just to really get into that mode, because they're not, you know, they're not exactly about Halloween, but they remind me very much of Halloween, so I'll be checking those out. I love the first one. The second one is pretty good as well, actually, and the third one is kind of just there. And, you know, but it's good to watch them, you know, all in a row, and I wish I had the fourth one, because I actually enjoyed the fourth one a lot as well. Probably my favorite was the first, then the second, then the fourth, and then the third. Okay, and next is Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Now, I'm probably only going to watch Ghostbusters 1, but just along with Nightmare Before Christmas, I have to watch Ghostbusters 1 every time at Halloween. It's just one of my favorite movies, and there's so many good lines in it, and it's one of the few movies that actually, I don't know, it's not set in Halloween, but it feels very much like Halloween because you're busting ghosts and there's monsters in it. It's just, and the comedy is top notch. I really hope that they go along with Ghostbusters 3 and that Bill Murray finally agrees to it. There's rumors of that they might go along with it without him. I hope that's not the case, but I just love Ghostbusters. So there you go. And last but not least is the horror collection of the original Draculas, Frankensteins, and Wolfmans. And these are the Universal Studios ones, you know, back in the 30s and 40s. I'm probably only going to watch the original Dracula from 1931, the Frankenstein from 1931, and the Wolfman from 1940 or 41. Great stuff though. If you've never seen those, I once again highly recommend them. For movies that are almost, you know, nearing 100 years old, they're still amazing. It's so weird. And once again, just like Ghostbusters, they have a very Halloween feel, even though they're not really, you know, related to Halloween, other than being monsters. They are the original monster movies. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing up until Halloween. So let me know if you do anything to prepare yourself for Halloween. You've been Bearded In. Thanks for watching, everyone. Beardage! Happy Halloween, Beardage!